What if I told you that some of the most unforgettable foods on Earth are not served in fancy restaurants or hidden behind golden menus, but on the streets? Imagine walking down a narrow alley filled with smoke, sizzling pans, and shouting vendors. The air is thick with spices, oil, and mystery. You reach out your hand, and what you're about to eat is so extreme, so shocking, that it challenges everything you thought food could be. From fried tarantulas to soups made with animal blood. From fruits that smell like rot but taste like heaven, to dishes that fight back when you try to eat them. These are not just meals. These are experiences. Stay until the end, because the final dish is so outrageous that people either worship it as a delicacy or run away at the first whiff. Street food is the soul of a culture. It's where tradition meets survival, where flavors are exaggerated, and where nothing is too unusual to try at least once. And in some corners of the world, street food goes beyond delicious. It becomes a dare. Let's begin in Cambodia, where children once survived famine by eating what nature offered. That survival created one of the most infamous snacks on Earth: fried tarantulas. They are crunchy, seasoned with garlic, and sold by street vendors like candy. For locals, they are normal, a quick source of protein. But for travelers, the idea of biting into hairy legs and a soft abdomen is enough to test courage. From spiders, let's jump to the Philippines, home of balut. Balut looks like an ordinary boiled egg, but crack it open and you'll find a partially developed duck embryo, feathers, beak, and all. It is eaten with salt, vinegar, or chili. Locals believe it gives strength and vitality. Tourists often hesitate, but those who dare say it tastes like a mix of chicken soup and boiled egg. In the Philippines, eating balut at night on the street is almost a rite of passage. But not all extremes are about animals. Sometimes it's about fruit. Take durian, often called the king of fruits in Southeast Asia. It's spiky on the outside, creamy inside, but its smell is legendary. Hotels ban it, airplanes forbid it. People say it smells like rotten onions mixed with gasoline. Yet, those who taste it say it's sweet, custardy, and addictive. Street vendors cut open durian on the spot, releasing its infamous stench to the world. Now let's travel to South Korea, where sanakji pushes the definition of fresh. It's live octopus, chopped into small pieces, served immediately, still wriggling on the plate. Diners dip the moving tentacles in sesame oil and chew quickly before the suction cups stick to the mouth. It's dangerous, too. Some have choked while eating, but locals see it as proof of freshness. And for adventurous eaters, it's the ultimate adrenaline rush in food form. In China, street markets showcase stinky tofu. Cubes of fermented tofu, deep-fried until golden. But the smell hits you first. Imagine rotting cheese mixed with sewage. Many people cover their noses when walking past. But those who bite into it discover a surprising flavor. Crispy outside, soft inside, tangy and addictive. Street stalls serving stinky tofu always divide the crowd between lovers and haters. Another Chinese delicacy is century egg, also called preserved egg. Duck eggs are buried in clay, ash, and quicklime for weeks or months until the yolk turns green and the white becomes dark jelly. To the untrained eye, it looks spoiled, but the flavor is rich, almost cheesy, with a depth unlike any ordinary egg. Vendors slice them into bowls of rice porridge, turning something extreme into comfort food. In Africa, extreme street food often comes from necessity. In Uganda, you'll find grasshoppers fried in pans by the roadside. The air fills with the smell of oil and crispy wings. Children scoop them up like popcorn. Vendors sell them by the bag, and everyone crunches them proudly. For outsiders, the idea of eating insects is extreme. For locals, it's tradition and survival turned into a treat. Mexico has its own insect delicacies, such as chapulines. These are grasshoppers roasted with garlic, lime, and chili. They're crunchy, zesty, and sold by street vendors at stadiums, markets, and fairs. Imagine eating a handful of spicy, crispy grasshoppers while watching a soccer match. For Mexicans, it's as normal as popcorn in a movie theater. But Mexico also offers Eskimos, known as insect caviar. These are the larvae of ants, harvested from underground nests. Vendors serve them fried with butter, wrapped in tortillas, or mixed with herbs. Their texture is buttery, their flavor nutty. It's extreme not because of the taste, but because of the thought of eating ant larvae. Let's move to Iceland. Here, hakarl is one of the most extreme foods in the world. It's fermented shark meat. The shark itself is toxic if eaten fresh, so Icelanders bury it underground for months, allowing it to rot safely. The result is cubes of meat that smell like ammonia. Locals say it's an acquired taste. Tourists often gag before they swallow. Street festivals sometimes serve hakarl with a shot of schnapps to help it go down. In Japan, street vendors sell fugu, the infamous pufferfish. Improperly prepared, it can kill. Chefs spend years training, yet accidents still happen. While not usually street food, in some markets you'll find fried pieces or skewered parts of the fish. Eating it is a gamble with death. For many, that's the thrill. Another Japanese curiosity is wasp crackers. These are rice biscuits baked with whole wasps inside. Crunchy, sweet, and peppered with tiny insect bodies. They are a mix of traditional snack and bizarre novelty. For locals in rural areas, they carry nostalgia. For visitors, they are a shock. In parts of Indonesia, vendors serve satay kambing, skewers of goat meat. But sometimes they add something more shocking, skewers of grilled bat. The flavor is gamey, smoky, and strong. In street stalls, bats hang in rows, ready to be roasted. To Western visitors, it looks like a nightmare. To locals, it's just another protein source. Another extreme is found in Laos and Thailand. Fried scorpions. Shiny black, with tails curled, they are fried until crunchy. Street vendors hold skewers of scorpions high in the air, daring passers-by to try one. Tourists take photos. The brave bite. The taste is like shrimp shell mixed with nutty crunch. But sometimes extreme is about size. In India, street stalls offer dosas bigger than your arm. Thin, crispy pancakes rolled around spiced potatoes and chutneys. Vendors flip them on giant hot plates, tossing batter like acrobats. Eating one feels less like a meal and more like a challenge. Can you finish a dosa as long as your body? In Vietnam, another extreme appears: coconut worms. Fat, wriggling larvae pulled from coconuts, eaten live or lightly grilled. On the street, vendors hold trays of moving worms, daring customers to swallow them whole. Their bodies burst with creamy liquid. For locals, it's a delicacy. For outsiders, it's nightmare fuel. In Nigeria, you'll find suya, spicy meat skewers grilled over open flames. Not extreme by itself, but the spice blend can be so hot it burns the tongue. Vendors take pride in making foreigners cry with chili. In this case, the extremity is not the ingredient, but the fire in your mouth. And finally, let us return to Southeast Asia for one of the most extreme fruits. The mangosteen as rival, the salak, or snake fruit. Its scaly skin looks reptilian. Vendors peel it to reveal white flesh inside. Sweet, tangy, but its look alone makes people hesitate. In street markets, baskets of snake fruit glisten like piles of scales. So now I'll ask you, which of these extremes shocked you the most? Was it the live octopus fighting back, the shark that smells like ammonia, the insects roasted like popcorn, or the egg with a duck embryo inside? Tell me in the comments, because I want to know which one you would dare to try. If you enjoyed this journey into the most extreme street foods in the world, make sure to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more stories that challenge the limits of curiosity and courage. Because in the end, street food is more than survival or taste. It's a mirror of culture, history, and human imagination. And sometimes, the most extreme flavors are the ones that stay with you forever.